Good morning everyone, my name is Michael. Welcome to the Gas and Gavel video channel. Today we're going to take a look at this 2025 BMW M4 Competition xDrive. It's finished in a BMW brilliant black metallic with a Fiona red and black leather interior. And just a little background, the BMW M4 is essentially the flagship race version of the base BMW 3 Series. It's very similar to how AMG tunes their Mercedes-Benz. The M version of the 3 Series has definitely evolved throughout the decades in both shape, performance, and even name. So back in my high school days, the most wanted car during those decades was definitely the E36 M3 and the E46 M3. And essentially those were good old days when there was an M3 and only an M3, and the M3 only came in a 2-door or a 4-door or a convertible, and that's it. After the E92 M3, BMW manufacturing essentially decided to let's confuse the folks and create new names. So again, let me clarify exactly what the M3 is nowadays and what the M4 is nowadays in the year 2025. So essentially after the E92 M3 generation, BMW just decided to mix up their naming for the BMW 3 Series. And so essentially what they did was they took the M3 name and applied that to the 4-door, and took the M4 name and applied it to the 2-door. So it is a little confusing. So again, all 2-door 3 Series M's are entitled the M4, and all 3 Series 4-doors are now entitled the M3. Which to me personally sounds very confusing. I'm not really sure why they did that. It would probably make more sense to name the 2-door the M3 because there's 2 doors and 1 trunk, and then rename the 4-door 3 Series M version the M4 because it has 4 doors. I'm not really sure why they switched it up. It's a little confusing, but again, long story short, what you're seeing here is essentially it is entitled the M4, but essentially in my eyes is essentially the M3 in a 2-door convertible form. And the example that you see in front of me right now is entitled the G82/G83 generation. And for the model year 2025, we do have a great mid-cycle refresh with some really exciting updates to the BMW M4. So essentially, we do have new updated headlights, new updated taillights, and as well as an updated interior with the updated instrument cluster. Also for 2025, you get a special bonus. Only in the xDrive version of the BMW M4, you actually get a 20 horsepower bump. So the previous generation 2024 xDrive BMW M4 makes 503 horsepower. This one that you see in front of me, the 2025 version, it actually makes 520 horsepower. So again, big updates to not just the looks, but also the performance of the 2025 BMW M4. The BMW M4 comes in 3 different variations. There is a base BMW M4. There is what you see in front of us right now, which is the BMW M4 just simply Competition. And then the next level up would be the BMW CS version. And then there's the highest version, which is the CSL. And as you go from the base model BMW M4, essentially what happens is you essentially get more horsepower, less weight, and lots more carbon as you go up in the variations of the BMW M4, as well as an increase in price as you go from the base all the way up to CSL. The BMW M4 is offered in 2 different variations. There is a 2-wheel drive, and in this case, what's in front of you is the xDrive 4-wheel drive. The BMW M4 is offered with a 6-speed manual transmission, or what you see in front of us in xDrive is 8-speed ZF automatic transmission. But I want to note that the manual transmission is only available in the base M4, meaning that if you swing for any sort of competition model, you will not be able to get the manual transmission. So again, the manual transmission is only offered in the M4 base model. This particular BMW M4 Competition 2025 version that you see in front of you is powered by a 3.0 liter twin turbo inline six, making again a bump of horsepower of 523 horsepower and 489 foot-pounds of torque. So what you see in front of you is the M4 Competition model, and what separates this from the base model is essentially when you spec for the M4 Competition, you get a separate transmission oil cooler, you get some cool black chrome exhaust tips, you get forged M light alloy wheels, you get an automatic brake hold function, and also you get high gloss side mirrors. The competition models equipped with the xDrive are significantly quicker in the 0-60 than the base rear-wheel drive M4. So the 0-60 time for the xDrive BMW M4 that you see in front of me is 2.8 seconds compared to the 0-60 time of 3.6 seconds for the base M4. Now let's begin the exterior tour of this BMW M4 Competition xDrive, featuring the 2025 mid-cycle refreshed headlights, and we'll start with those. So the new headlights for the 2025 model year feature new LED daytime running lights, which you see here. There's like 3 right there, another 3 right there. There's like a little cool like blue finish on the side. Again, these are BMW LED headlights, as you can see from the imprint right there. There's a little cool blue insert here, but again, the headlights have been redesigned with again these daytime running lights running down the sides of each headlight, high beam and low beam. Definitely very cool. Love the black housing. I love that blue highlight on the inside of the headlight. Contrasts very well with the black housing. That's the driver's side, and this is the passenger side. So again, you have that blue insert on the inside, and again, these are the updated LED headlights for the 2025 model year for the BMW M4 Competition. A striking difference from the previous laser headlights. Cycling up front, you do have this again controversial BMW. I call them, some people call them kidney shields. I just call them kidney grills. So again, I feel like in the black on black, the kidney grills are less pronounced and definitely more digestible for people who may not like these large giant group grills. So again, the kidney grills are functional. If you can see inside, you do see the radiator inside, and I love how it's again, you have this again gloss black painted slits with again this right here, you got like kind of a flat black finish, but again very functional. And I personally like them, whether it's on a black BMW or a white BMW or a red BMW. It may not be for everybody, but I feel like this kidney area is definitely a design language that has harkened back to the days of the E30 to the E36 to the E46 to even the E92. So again, looks good in black, but again, I think it looks good in any color. Right dead center, you do have a front mounted camera that you can adjust via the dash in the car. Here is your, again, BMW logo. I love how there's like a blue finish on the BMW logo. Definitely contrasts really well with what? The headlights with the, again, the blue trim on the inside. Definitely very cool. On the front, you do have this hexagonal functional mesh grille in the front. And on the left, you do also have a functional, let me say it's functional, yes it is, it goes right through, a functional air inlet, which I assume probably provides brake cooling and also some sort of aerodynamic function. Definitely very cool. You do have integrated parking sensors in the front bumper. And again, the front bumper of the M3, of the M versions of the 3 Series is definitely very noticeable. Again, while the base M3 models have a more subtle front bumper, this BMW front bumper has these aggressive curves and inlets. It almost looks like there's actually like a side splitter installed in the front bumper, but it's actually not. It's just the way it's designed. So again, this design is new, but again, it is also harkens back to the days of previous BMW M versions, and I think that's a great evolution from previous M models in the 3 Series. I think it looks great. It looks really aggressive. I think maybe the only thing that's missing on here is some carbon fiber bits, which again, I do want to note that there are factory optioned front carbon fiber splitters and spoilers and so forth from BMW M Performance. This car does not have it, but again, I think it'll finish off the front bumper really well. So again, great design of the BMW front bumper. I love this little side insert right here, the side reflector. Again, very subtle in that orange amber. I think it contrasts again very well with this black finish, and you have the blue in the headlight. And again, you can't see it from here, but you do have a red caliper there. So again, definitely a very cool finish. There you have it, the front bumper of the BMW M4 Competition. I love the design of the hood. There is definitely this aggressive, I guess, like bulge from the front, right down center, and you have like kind of these nostrils, that kind of nostril indentations. I do wish that they would have some sort of cutout here so they could be functional, that a little bit heat out from that twin turbo V6, but again, it doesn't. But it does have this kind of like a nice indentation. Again, transitions well into the kidney of the front bumper. Again, very aggressive, and this design is only found in the BMW M4 Competition. Now let's take a look at the wheel and tire package of this BMW M4 Competition. So this BMW M4 Competition is equipped with staggered wheels. The front are 19-inch, the rear are 20-inch, and these are named the M dual spoke black forged 826M wheels. Again, these wheels are forged, which means that they are both light and very strong. And I do love the mesh-like design. Definitely really looks really good, but definitely probably very hard to clean. But again, it's probably worth the frustration for a nice mesh design. So again, I think it's like a modern take of a mesh wheel. It looks really great, and this is finished in a essentially what looks like a gloss black wheel. So again, the front the wheels are staggered, and the front are 19-inch wheels, and the front tires measure a 275/35 ZR rated, and they're wrapped in Pirelli P0 tires. Definitely very sticky. Behind those, we do have six pot, excuse me. Behind those 19-inch wheels is these huge painted red with the BMW M logo insignia inside of it. Probably Brembo source, but again, I love the contrast between the black wheel and the red caliper, and again, this huge, probably stainless steel cross-drilled rotors. So again, it looks really great. Love the contrast, and again, these Brembos have huge stopping power. And you can't really see it back there, but you do see a little bit of the, again, M adaptive M suspension with xDrive and mDrive dynamics control. As a reminder, this car is equipped with the xDrive, which is BMW's version of the all-wheel drive system. And this car does also come equipped with dynamic stability control with M Dynamics mode. And the brakes do come with dynamic brake control and with cornering brake control assist. Now let's go on to the rear, where we have a much larger wheel size. Again, staggered wheel setup. These are the rear are these 20-inch, again 20-inch wheels in the rear, and the rears measure a whopping 285/30 ZR rated Pirelli P0 tires. Again, 20-inch in the rear and a 19-inch in the front. Again, these are the BMW 825M, finished in a black finish with red calipers, and again, that silver cross-drilled rotors. Definitely very cool. A little M insignia everywhere, and the BMW logo right dead center. Again, great color finish. I really love the sinister look of these black wheels with the red caliper and the black finish paint and the cross-drilled rotors. Definitely very cool. So again, great staggered wheel setup in this BMW M3 Competition. And these are just one of the set of wheel options that you can have when you're speccing your BMW M4 Competition. Now, one of the biggest things that the M series is known for, especially back then with the E46 M3, are the widened front fenders and the widened rear fenders compared to the regular 3 Series. So again, if you look very closely, you do see this huge bulge in front. And that's my favorite part of essentially all M models, is this fender flared in the front. And let's take a look at the fender flare in the rear. Again, not as pronounced as previous generations, such as the E46 M3 fender flares, but again, these fender flares are widened and definitely needed to accommodate these super wide 20-inch tires. So again, their fenders are flared, and you can definitely see it from this angle, especially in this black. Definitely very pronounced. Again, my favorite part of the BMW 3 Series, and again, probably quintessential M design, is the widened fender flares compared to the base models of the 3 Series. On the front fender, there is this very cool, again, probably non-functional, but again, this I call like a fender strake emblem. So again, this is the M4 Competition and a blacked out badge with the BMW M colors on there. Very, very nice. And you have this kind of like flat black, kind of like an arrow integrated into it. Again, a great design feature, and it definitely sets apart from base 3 Series. And it definitely reminds people that you do have a M4 Competition. I love the design of these aerodynamic side mirrors in the BMW M models. Again, this is very reminiscent of the previous generations, especially like the E36 M3. Again, where it has a kind of an opening, an inlet in between the door and the headlight, or the side marker. So again, definitely very, very kind of updated version of a previous generation side mirrors. Definitely very, very cool. Painted black. Again, this is a black body, and this is painted black, but usually if this car is painted red, this would be black. So again, usually this will be painted black, and it does have a integrated looks like a turn signal on the inside, and you do have 360 side cameras integrated right on the inside. So again, definitely aggressive, and they are powered and they are heated. Definitely very cool. Another great design feature of the BMW M4 Competition is the side skirt. I really love the design of the side skirt of this M4. Again, kind of harkens to the front bumper. Again, kind of like these curves that kind of swing in and out. I really love how it provides just kind of like a low aggressive skirt on the side profile of the BMW M4. So again, definitely great design, super clean side skirt, and again, they put a lot of thought into the design for sure. I love the flow of it, it's great. And on your passenger side, you do have your, again, gas cap for your only, I assume, 92 or 93 and up gas only. Well, it says right there, BMW recommends Shell V-Power 91 minimum. Definitely very cool, easy access, and you're definitely going to be accessing this a lot, especially when you are flooring that twin turbo V6. In the current BMW M4 generation, BMW has opted to forego the hardtop convertible mechanism and has gone with a much lighter soft top. So again, this is the soft top fabric, definitely very soft, but also seems very sturdy. You do have a glass rear roof, and the soft top essentially closes up and goes underneath this tonneau cover. And the great thing about the soft top is that top up, top down, it does not affect any sort of the trunk space. The trunk space in the coupe and the M4 convertible are essentially the same. I think the soft top looks great in this black finish with the black roof. I think it's just a really clean look to it. So again, the top goes up and down. Essentially, I'll probably say less than 10 seconds. But again, definitely form, function, and again, weight savings with the conversion from the metal hardtop convertible to this soft top. Let's go ahead and put the top down and see what it looks like with the top down, and see what the top down exterior features are. So again, what the soft top essentially folds right in, and once it's stowed away, it goes underneath this tonneau cover, a nice plastic hard cover, definitely very clean. And again, just a very clean setup for the convertible M4 model. You have this kind of hard plastic tonneau cover, definitely very sturdy, definitely will protect your soft top. And with the top down, I love the profile, especially when you spec the interior with a really bright color, such as this Fiona red, or they have another one called the car orange. But either way, I think the convertible looks great when you spec with a very bright interior. Definitely, especially from the back with the top down, you definitely do see the colors with the 4 seats and the headrest. Definitely very cool setup. And again, just a very clean profile from the rear once the top down. So again, the soft top is in there somehow. This thing opens up, and again, we'll provide a video right now to show you exactly what the top looks like when it goes up and down. But again, great design, and it does not take away from the design profile of the BMW 3 Series. It's very clean setup. Now let's take a look at the rear of the new updated 2025 BMW M4 Competition. And one of the biggest updates in this mid-cycle refresh are definitely these tail lights. So these BMW laser tail lights with intricate lighting signatures is essentially lifted straight from the top of the line BMW M4 CSL. So again, this is BMW laser diode technology, and it has kind of like these squiggly highlight lines. I guess they call it a signature. Definitely looks really cool. And again, it's been essentially lifted straight off the highest model of the BMW M4 series, which is the CSL. Definitely looks really great. And again, these taillights can only be found in a 2025 mid-cycle refresh of the BMW M4. BMW laser, great design, and a great update to an already greatly designed taillight. You do have blacked out M4 badges in the rear. Again, M4 Competition with the classic M colors. And you do also have the xDrive badge. Again, in previous models, the xDrive badge didn't really matter. It was BMW's essentially 4-wheel drive. But in the 2025 model year, this xDrive does matter. And this xDrive badge in the 2025 actually gives you an additional 20 horsepower. So again, as a reminder, previous models of the M4 Competition made 503 horsepower, but in the 2025 model with the BMW xDrive, you get an extra 20 horsepower. So again, this is the first time where a badge actually adds horsepower to your car. So again, BMW xDrive plus 20 horsepower. Very cool. A great design feature of the rear end of the BMW that I really do love is, again, kind of this integrated, kind of like this curved duckbill finish or spoiler. It doesn't have a spoiler, but it definitely has this kind of like duckbill curve to it, especially from in this black color. I think it looks really great, and again, provides kind of like this duckbill spoiler look without having that spoiler look, but definitely still looks really clean. It also looks really aggressive, especially from this bottom angle here. So again, I think it really accentuates the design of the BMW M4, because it kind of like the swooping design all the way to the end. So again, and within that rear spoiler-ish is integrated third brake light. Definitely clean, integrated into the rear end of the BMW M4 Competition. And my second favorite feature of the rear end of the BMW M4 is most definitely the quintessential quad tip exhaust. So again, if you think back all the way to the E46 M3, again, it was very known for a quad tip exhaust, and this updated model of the BMW M4 is no different. I think it looks great. These functional, huge M4 quad tips, again, are housed in essentially what is a race diffuser. Now this this diffuser in the rear on this particular model is painted at flat black, but there is an option to get this in a carbon fiber finish if you option it with the exterior carbon package. This doesn't have it, but despite that, I love the design of it. It's definitely aggressive and definitely functional, and again, it definitely accentuates the look of the quad tips exhaust. Definitely super aggressive from the rear, and also sounds great. And we'll provide a sound clip right here. Another great design feature of the BMW M4 is this integrated rear side marker, again with kind of like this integrated rear side skirt to it. Again, definitely very clean, and I think it integrates very well to the rear end of this BMW M4. So again, it looks great in coupe, but it looks even better in convertible form. Let's look at the engine of the 2025 BMW M4 Competition xDrive. And here you have it. And here you have BMW's 3.0 liter twin turbo inline 6. And again, in the 2025 model year with the xDrive in the BMW M4 Competition, you do get a bump in horsepower. So this inline 6 twin turbo makes 523 horsepower and 489 foot-pounds of torque. I think the engine compartment of the BMW M definitely looks great. You do have this nice plastic valve cover, but it does have the M logo on there with the BMW M Power insignia. Another cool feature about the engine bay of the BMW M4 has nothing to do with the motor actually. It has to actually do with the suspension. So if you look very carefully, not many cars usually have a top strut bar that again attaches the front struts together. But this car actually has, again, another strut that goes right to the front and right back to the other side. And I'm not much good at geometry, but I'm assuming that having this triangular strut tower bar definitely probably provides a lot more, suspension hold. Hence why this car, again, has definitely really great handling, both in city and also on highway. So again, definitely very cool. Don't really see these triangular against strut tower bars, but again, definitely very cool. And I like how they integrated it into the again, the engine and motor. I guess the only thing that I can probably complain about with the engine bay is they should have probably made these strut tower bars in carbon fiber or whatnot. But again, I'm sure there's probably some sort of aftermarket option for that. But either way, definitely very cool. And again, here is your motor in your 2025 BMW M4 Competition, again with the updated horsepower bump, which is plus 20. So again, previous generations of the BMW M4 had 503 horsepower. This current 2025 with the xDrive, and only with the xDrive, gets a 20 horsepower bump to 523 horsepower. Now let's take a look at the key that you get when you buy your BMW M4 Competition. And here you have your BMW M4 Competition key. Definitely very cool. I love the weight of this thing, and I love the finish of it. Definitely again, fits very well with the theme of the BMW M4 Competition. So again, right down the side, you do have the M Power colors right down the side of the key. And it's cool triangular shape with this nice silver finish with a black contrast. Definitely very cool. Love the details. Especially love, again, the M colors right down the side, so people know that this is not a normal BMW key. So again, simple controls. You have a lock and unlock, and I love how the lock button is essentially a BMW logo integrated into it. And in case you didn't know that that's the lock button, there is kind of like a lock insignia right next to it. But again, I love how they integrated that BMW logo right down the center, form and function. Definitely very cool. You do have a power trunk, and then you also have your emergency button here. So again, definitely very cool key, definitely great finish, and again, it's definitely a great companion to your BMW M4 Competition. Let's begin the interior tour of this 2025 BMW M4 Competition xDrive. And we will start with the driver's side door panel. So again, this car is spec'd in a BMW Brilliant Black Metallic on the exterior, and it's beautiful, what BMW likes to call Fiona red leather with contrasting black leather. So again, this finish is called Fiona red, and it's essentially a red interior. So again, I think it's really greatly designed. The leather is soft and supple, and you do have this nice little cross stitch on the inside. And I love the design of the BMW M4's door panel, and that is just a taste of things to come. And I love the use of various materials. So again, you do on top, you do have this tweeter here, and you do have the optional Harman Kardon stereo system. Again, definitely integrated, nice little metal mesh that's kind of again, seems like it's like a kind of gunmetal color, great contrast to black leather finish. The door handle area, you do have this nice silver finish, again great contrast to the red and to the black. And again, here you have your door handle, you have your lock and unlock, definitely very simple, but again, great design. Down in the center, you do have this kind of gray mesh, again matching that Harman Kardon side tweeter. And again, on the handle here, again, you do have that cross stitch with that red Fiona leather. Definitely very cool. On the bottom, you do have this functional area with a nice little cup holder, nice little storage area, and you do have your trunk open button right there at the bottom. Let's scroll up to the top. You do have 2 memory settings on the side, and here you do have all your window control switches here. Again, finished in a nice little metal, silver metal finish, similar to the door handle. And again, they feel good, and I think they may actually be metal, but again, definitely very cool. So again, you have your side mirror controls here, and you do have your 4 window controls here, and again, you have your top up and down button there. Definitely very cool. Great design of the BMW M4 Competition door panel. And here you have again that Fiona red with a contrasting black interior, and this car does have the M sport seats, not to be confused with the M carbon fiber seats, which again are these full carbon metal back carbon seats. These are probably the second in line upgrades. It still looks great. So again, you have that red Fiona leather on the outside with contrasting black merino leather on the center. Definitely really looks good. Has nice side bolsters, lots of support. These seats are heated and ventilated, and they are definitely multi-way adjustable and definitely lumbar adjustable. You do have a side impact airbag integrated on the inside, and on the center you do have a integrated kind of emblem to let people know that you do have the BMW M4, especially when you have the top down. Definitely looks really great. Nice little cross stitch on the inside. Again, just greatly designed seats. Unfortunately, this doesn't have the carbon fiber option in the rear, but again, still definitely looks great. And I think that the black plastic finish of the rear definitely contrasts very well with the again, brilliant black paint. So again, these are the BMW M Sport seats in Fiona red with black merino leather contrast insert. One really cool subtle detail that I really love are in the seat belts. If you take a look at the seat belts here, again, they are black finish, but again, they do have these BMW colors of the light blue, dark blue, and the red of the BMW M colors. Definitely very cool. Nice subtle design feature just in the seat belt alone. Definitely a very cool feature. Opening the door, you do have this very cool M4 essentially side plate to help protect your car when you're getting inside and out. Definitely very cool. Has that M logo design, and again, nice shiny silver finish. Definitely very cool. Here you have again your silver race foot pedals. Again, most other cars are kind of boring, but in the BMW M4 Competition, the pedals are definitely very nicely designed, and I believe they are pulled straight from the DTM version of the BMW M4 race car. So again, you do have a nice silver finish with again an M logo and a kind of like a center footrest that's kind of rubberized. So again, definitely very cool. Same thing with the accelerator pedal and the gas pedal. So again, just showing you the design detail right down to the pedals of the BMW M4. Right next to the pedals, you do have the trunk release, and if you do want to open the trunk, again, you want to give it one pull and give it another pull to give it a good release. So again, M4 Competition pedals straight from the DTM race car. Now let's jump into the cockpit of the 2025 BMW M4 Competition and show you the newest updates to the 2025 model. And here we are in the cockpit of the 2025 BMW M4 Competition. Now let's go over the newest updates to the interior in the 2025 mid-cycle update of the BMW M4. And the two major updates to the interior composes of the first one, which is the new flat bottom tri-spoke BMW steering wheel. So this is all new for BMW for the 2025 model year, and it definitely really looks great. So let's take a closer look at it. This does have an interior carbon fiber package, so you can see the bottom spokes and the radio and controls and so forth are wrapped in this very cool carbon fiber. And the bottom again is flat bottom, just like any race car or exotic car should, for easy in and easy out of your BMW M4. You do have a leather wrapped steering wheel with again the very cool, very subtle wrapping of the BMW M colors with that classic red, blue, and white. Definitely very cool, subtle feature, but again, a great addition to the new 2025 steering wheel. And right in center, you do have again this leather wrap center portion to let you know when the steering wheel is at the center portion. Again, this is the newest steering wheel update in the 2025 BMW M4 Competition. And behind the steering wheel, again, you do have carbon fiber transmission paddles to shift your auto/manual transmission. So again, shift down on the left, shift up on the right, and they are finished in carbon fiber. Definitely very cool. Another cool subtle design feature is that if you take a look at the spokes, there's little cutouts on the inside. Again, definitely probably for weight savings, but definitely very cool. And a lot of thought came into the redesign of the new BMW 2025 BMW M4 Competition steering wheel. The second major update to the BMW 2025 mid-cycle update to the interior is the center dash portion here. So essentially they redesigned the vent area here. So up here you do have an illumination vent here. Essentially you can change this to many different colors, provides a really great ambiance, and right underneath it you do have these redesigned center AC outlets, and again definitely redesigned, but again those are two major differences in the 2025 interior of the BMW M4 mid-cycle update. The 2025 BMW M4 mid-cycle update also features updates to the infotainment screen and the instrument cluster. In the 2025 model, you now have a curved 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster and a curved 14.9-inch infotainment screen. And another major update that you can't see in the interior, but is definitely a welcome upgrade, is within the infotainment screen, inside of it, you do get the new software update, which is the iDrive 8.5, which according to my research, adds essentially a quick select option to the media screen, and also makes essentially everything easier to navigate on the tech side. So again, that is another major update to the 2025 BMW interior that you can't see. Again, with the updated software to BMW's iDrive 8.5. Continuing on with the interior tour, let's take a look at the center portion. So again, you have the updated 2025 center vent dash / ambiance area. Right underneath that, you do have analog volume controls for your radio, and also your center emergency lights are right dead in the center. You do have analog AC controls for the defrosters, front and rear. This car is also spec'd with the interior carbon fiber package. So again, you do have the center carbon fiber finished right dead center in the center dash. And then right down at the, again, essentially the transmission area, you do have this beautiful carbon fiber finish surrounded by with the silver finish. And what is behind this beautiful carbon fiber door? We have 2 cup holders. And right next to the cup holders, you get a bonus of, again, an entire charging station. So inside of here, you do have a wireless charging station. So you can throw your phone right there. And if your car was starting up, it would charge right up. And I love how snug it fits, and it has like this nice little grippy rubber finish at the bottom, so your phone doesn't slide everywhere. So again, definitely very cool. And as you can see, it is actually charging right now. So again, definitely very cool. If you do not have wireless charging on your phone, you do have a USB slot right here to plug in a wire, and also a 12-volt outlet here too. So again, charging station / cup holder area, and everything hides away and is very clean carbon fiber. On the passenger side area, you do have a completely lockable belt-lined glove compartment. So again, you can store away any sort of your valuables in there and lock them away. And here you have BMW's, again, 8-speed ZF automatic transmission. If you take a look at the close design details of the shift knob, again, I love the design details. So if you take a look at the side right here, again, it has this black leather wrap finish with the M insignia, and then you have this cross stitch made in the BMW M4 colors, and then you have a silver finish on the inside. And again, it's definitely very just ergonomic, and also definitely looks great too, form function. So again, this is your ZF automatic transmission shift knob, and essentially when you want to shift, you go like that to go into reverse, and you turn to the right to go to drive, and you can also shift up and down manually, or again, like I said, you can shift with the carbon fiber flappy paddles when you have in auto manual mode. So again, definitely very cool and definitely very functional. I love the piano black trim on the outside of everything else. And let's take a closer look at all these different buttons here on the center dash. This car does have keyless to start. So again, if your key is within range, you just put your foot on the brake and you press this red stop button here to start up the engine. Right on top of the engine, you do have a few cool buttons, and one of my favorite buttons is right here on top, which is again to turn off traction control. Underneath the start stop button is my favorite button in any car, which is the M mode. So basically the M mode allows you to essentially switch between driving modes. So for example, in this car, it has option to go into Sport, Sport Plus, and then Track. And as you're going through each different section of driving modes, from the street to the track, the suspension stiffens up, the exhaust gets louder, and again, essentially this is your ability to change the drive modes in the BMW M4 Competition. Right underneath that, when you click setup, you can actually tune each individual setting, essentially creating your own driving mode. So again, you can control like your transmission settings, you can control your suspension settings, you can control the exhaust note. So again, if you want a more customized driving experience, you go and click on setup. And right underneath setup, there's this little kind of button that looks kind of like binoculars. They're not binoculars actually, they are a quad tip exhaust. So when you click on that, you can go ahead and turn on and off the baffles of the rear exhaust. So again, just a quick way to quiet your exhaust down or to increase the sound of your exhaust. So for example, if you're driving into your neighborhood or driving into a school or want to go somewhere quiet and you want to turn that loud exhaust off, you're going to click that button and the light will turn off, and again it will again quiet down your exhaust. So definitely a very, very cool button, definitely very useful. So I do want to note that this car does have an option of an air scarf. So again, you see this little vent right here. And again, if you turn that on, you can go ahead and press this button right down here, and it'll send essentially a channel of air to form an invisible scarf around your neck to either warm you up or cool you down. So again, definitely a cool button. Right next to that, you do have your emergency electric parking brake. And then right between all that is another very important button. And this button is to open and close the top of your BMW M4 Convertible soft top. So in order to put the top up and down, you go ahead and just push that down and the top will go down. And if you want to put the top back up, you go ahead and give it a good pull and the top will go back up. And this is what the top looks like from the inside when it's going up and down. So again, in order to operate the top, you go ahead and press this up and the top will close right up. And it takes about 15 to 18 seconds for the soft top to open and close. And the windows roll right up. There we go. And let's see what it looks like when you want to put the top down. So if you want to put the top down, you go ahead and again put your foot on the brake and put this button down, and the top will go right down. And there you have it, open skies. You do have a nice rear view mirror. Probably not really needed, especially when you put the top down. Definitely no blind spots there. Right above the rear view mirror, you do have these different light controls here. So again, you do have an interior dome light, also a brighter reading light. You can go ahead and open and close that up. You do have SOS here if you needed to call for emergencies. So again, nice little center portion. And driver and passenger do have these visors with a small little mirror to again check yourself in the light. So definitely very cool, great for blocking light and also checking your hair in your convertible. Definitely very cool. And behind the steering wheel and right behind the flappy paddles, you do have your And to the left, you do have your turn signal stalk to go left and to go right. Definitely very cool. On the right side, behind the carbon fiber flat panel on the right side, you do have your windshield wiper controls. And behind the steering wheel here, you do have a little switch right here that you can go ahead and pull up and down, and you can go ahead and move your steering wheel up and down depending on the height that you need. To the left of the steering wheel, you do have your headlight controls here. So again, you have your interior lighting controls here. Here you have your headlight control. So here you have your low beam on right here. Right here, these are your parking lights. Right parking light, left parking light, all parking lights, and low beams and headlights. You can also set auto, so your lights will turn on and off automatically, or just turn it off. Again, definitely very simple. And again, all your light controls are to the left of your steering wheel. Here you have BMW's iDrive button. So again, this is a touchscreen up here, but again, you can use this knob to again control different functions of the infotainment system. So again, you can go to home, you go to media, you have map, you have nav, you have option, you have back. So again, this is essentially your multimedia screen that you can use either this control or again a touch screen on this multimedia screen. You have a nice armrest wrapped in again this red Fiona merino leather, nice and comfortable. And right underneath that, you do have another storage compartment. And in here, you do have a, I believe, what looks like a USB-C outlet and a tiny little light. And again, nice little storage compartment to throw your keys or to throw your wallet or your phone in there. So again, definitely great function and form and design. Looks great. All right, let's jump in the back seat of the BMW M4 Competition and see what it's like for your rear seat passengers. So again, you do have, from top down view, you do have 2 seats in the back of your BMW M4 for 2 people. And again, definitely very cool. The black BMW seatbelts also have, again, that BMW Empire colors on it. Again, the rear seats are wrapped in the Fiona red merino leather with the black merino wool insert. They do have 2 cup holders. They do have an AC vent to be comfortable. And the sides, again, are stitched in that red merino wool with, again, that Harman Kardon speaker right up next to your rear passenger's ears. Now let's see how comfortable it is in the rear seat of the BMW M4 Competition Convertible. So in order to access the rear seat, there's a little knob on the driver's side. So you want to give that a good pull, and it'll electronically go forward by itself. I'm gonna jump back here and see what it's like. So I'm about 5'8", and I can say that it's not too bad for a 2-door convertible. I mean, it's not the most roomiest, but again, right now I currently have the driver's seat essentially put all the way back, and I still do have a little bit of room for my knees here. Not too bad. The seats are pretty comfortable. And with the top down, I'm assuming that, again, there's a lot of headroom, but I would imagine that if I put the soft top up, it would definitely be much more claustrophobic and much more, again, I'll probably be hitting the top of my head back here. So again, I'd probably only recommend to put your backseat passengers back here if you decide to put the top down, or for short rides, or to put children back here, or to throw groceries back here. But if you're in a pinch, you can definitely take 2 more passengers safely in your BMW M4 Competition Convertible. So the instrument cluster pretty much provides you with everything that you need to know. To the left, there's a mile-per-hour gauge. There is a speedometer. Again, to reminder, there is a heads-up display. I'm not sure if you can see this in here. But again, you get a heads-up display, and you get this very, very cool curved screen instrument cluster. So again, on the right, if you're a rev meter, it'll tell you what gear you're in. It'll tell you your engine oil. At the bottom of the screen, it'll tell you exactly whether you're in 2-wheel drive mode or 4-wheel drive mode or 4-wheel drive sport. At the bottom left, it'll tell you how much gas you have left. At the bottom left, you also have your time, headlights on, headlights off, and rear brake on. So again, everything is just displayed out for you. Everything that you need to know to drive safely or to drive enjoyably is all displayed on this instrument cluster. Essentially nothing is missing. So again, it's definitely very clear. And again, this instrument cluster is updated for the 2025 model year in the BMW M4 Competition xDrive. Let's take a deeper look at the new updated software system for the, again, BMW multimedia system in the 2025 BMW M4 Competition xDrive. So the software has been updated to the newest version. And let's see what the multimedia system looks like. So essentially, again, this is a curved touchscreen, and there are basically many different type of options. I'm just gonna highlight a few of my favorites. So again, infotainment are endless. This car is Android Auto and Apple CarPlay capable. It also has AM/FM radio. It also has Bluetooth connectivity, and it also has Sirius FM, Spotify, and also navigation. Some of my favorite options here is there's a section for interior lighting. So again, the center dash portion here has been redesigned. So there is ambient lighting here, and it runs through the side of the door panel and into the other side of the door panel. And again, you can change it to many different colors. So for example, this is yellow. I'm gonna go ahead and change it now to, there's like coral, very cool. You can change it to like pearl, like a white, nice, cool and calming. Again, many different colors in this. There's even emerald, very cool. So again, you can change it on interior ambient lighting. From here, you can also adjust your seat comfort. So again, from here, you can operate your heated and cooled seats. You can save your driver options. There is also the owner's manual stored here, so you can go ahead and look up wherever anything that you need. You can also access your climate controls here to turn on and off your AC. The navigation system is definitely very updated, very easy to use. Let's go check out the rear view camera. So here's the rear view camera, definitely very clear. You also have option of a 3D view, very nice. There is a backup assistant. Very nice. So I mentioned earlier that this car is a four-wheel drive car, but there is an option in here to basically convert to quote-unquote drift mode and basically turn off the front drive wheels and basically turn this M4 xDrive Competition into, again, a rear-wheel drive BMW M4. So again, it's great that if you do pick up the xDrive, you do have the option of, again, turning off the front wheels and converting it to rear-wheel drive. So you get to kind of get the best of both worlds. There is a M lap timer, also telling you to only use on private roads. Okay, no problem. You can lock and unlock your doors and windows from here. Again, pretty much anything you could do analog in this car, you can probably do it via this electronic touchscreen electronically. So you can check your tire pressure monitor here. You can check your engine oil. You can check for service. You can adjust different displays. Here you can adjust the heads-up display. You can change the instrument cluster, and you also can do control the control display. There is lane departure warning area, and here's my favorite screen. And I'll leave off with this last screen. So again, this is the M mode. And this is where you essentially change the three different driving options. So there's road, which is like regular to me. There's sport, And then my favorite part is track, which again is pretty much the fastest, highest option. Exhaust opens wide open, suspension gets really stiff, and again, it just feels really, really powerful. So again, a great bright screen, definitely updated, and again, the software and the screen is updated for the 2025 model year of the BMW M4 Competition xDrive. Welcome to the test drive of the 2025 BMW M4 Competition. And today I've decided to, since we do have the xDrive all-wheel drive, I decided to come out here to Angeles Crest Highway and do a test drive today. So let's see how this thing handles on the twisties. So again, this car does have a keyless entry. So again, as long as the key is within range, you want to put your foot on the brake. You want to go ahead and hit the start button. And you guys know what I always do. The first thing I do is, where's that track mode? So again, in order to go to track mode, you can go click the M mode button, click on track. And again, when you click on track, it's going to ask you, are you sure? Because when you turn on track mode, the traction control does turn off. So here we go. I am currently in track mode, and we are going to go ahead and put the 8-speed ZF automatic into drive, and let's go ahead and share with you what this car is like here at Angeles Crest Highway. So again, this car does have a automatic transmission, but there is an auto manual mode. So for right now, I am using the carbon fiber shift knobs in the rear to shift the gears up and down. And again, this car has an option of a 6-speed manual transmission, but in this vehicle, the manual transmission is only offered again in the base non-competition versions of the M4. So again, right now, if you do want a manual transmission, you gotta get the base. But in this case, all competitions will come with the 8-speed ZF automatic. And I will show you and demonstrate to you right now that again, it is no slouch, and it is possibly as fun to drive as a 6-speed manual. So here we go. Definitely hear the roar of exhaust. And I highly, highly recommend that if you do get an M, to get the convertible, because you can definitely hear those quad pipe exhausts screaming much, much louder. Let me go and pull over to the side and show you guys exactly what I mean. So here I am pulling over, and let's go ahead and give this thing a few good revs. So here we go. Oh yeah. Definitely you want to get a convertible when you get your M4 Competition. All right, let's continue the test drive of this 2025 BMW M4 Competition xDrive. Back into track mode, and we are in track mode. So one of the best things I really do love about this vehicle, essentially one of the biggest things, is that I feel like it's a best all-around car, especially in its convertible form. First off, straight off the bat, if you want to drive this car around town and you know, you just need a tame vehicle, you can go ahead and set this car in like regular mode. And again, it drives, I would probably say it drives almost similar to like a base 3 Series. But if, again, you want to, you're feeling a little sporty, you want to go to the track, or in my case, I want to go up into the mountains and hit the twisties, again, you can put it into track mode, and essentially, again, it becomes a real race car. On top of that, there's many luxurious features. So right now, I'm in California. It's a colder day today. It's about 60 degrees right now, overcast. And I love how I can put the top down, and with the, again, the heated air curtain, the heated seats, the heated steering wheel, I'm still comfortable. Even when I put the windows up, I get this nice little warm breeze, but I'm still able to enjoy, again, the open air experience. So again, I think the M4 Competition, or the M4 in general, or any of the M series BMWs, it's a great, again, I would probably say it's like a 2-for-1. You get a regular car, but you also get a race car. when needed. But again, most people don't need a race car every single day. Again, this car can function in all different ways, and it has everything, a good equal mix of, again, luxury, performance, and handling, and also luxury. So again, great all-around car. So let's go ahead and continue the test drive here at Angeles Crest Highway. So right now I'm in track mode, which is the loudest setting for the quad tip exhaust. So let's see if we can get that going. Oh yeah. So one really amazing thing I really do am impressed with this car is how well it handles. Again, we have a staggered wheel setup with 19-inch wheels in the front, 20-inch wheels in the rear, but one of the best things I really feel that most people should opt in for is the xDrive all-wheel drive. You cannot beat the fact that all four wheels are gripping onto the cement. It provides two great things. Number one, it provides amazing acceleration. So again, with all four wheels gripping on the ground, it just propels this entire car forward. And again, I do want to note that when you do compare the xDrive to the rear-wheel drive M4, the xDrive is actually significantly much faster than the rear-wheel drive in the 0 to 60 times, almost by a second and a half. So I love how the suspension is just eating away at these corners, just like effortlessly. I'm not even trying. There's no body lean. I don't feel like the car's gonna lose control. In fact, I could probably push it another like 50% and I still would not feel that the car is losing power. That's the beauty of all-wheel drive, is the fact that you get that little extra reassurance that, again, that you're going to be able to safely take these roads and you won't be able to spin out. Although it is a possibility, again, with the four-wheel drive, it definitely makes it a lot easier to not spin out. So again, just amazing, just like so relaxing, no body lean whatsoever, no oversteer, no understeer. The handling is just superb. Again, I understand why, again, BMW M's have been, again, lust after for so many decades, from the E30 to the E46 to the E92 and now to the G Series. Another great thing about this vehicle is the brakes. So again, in the front you have 6-pot Brembo brakes, and again, just as fast as the car goes, those Brembo brakes, they make this car definitely stop on a dime. I'm never really worried about not being able to slow down. It just, again, it just works perfectly. Let me go ahead and turn out to this turnout. And so again, folks, with the convertible top, it's just a completely different experience. I get to enjoy the hills, I get to enjoy the air, I get to hear the sound of the exhaust. So again, I highly recommend that if you do want to pick up a BMW M4, to go for the xDrive, and definitely to go for the convertible, because again, these two things just add to the experience, not only safety wise, but also just like the owner and usership experience. It's really great, and I really do love it. I hope you guys enjoyed this test drive of this 2025 BMW M4 Competition. The seats in the BMW M4 Competition, these are the M Sport seats, and they are definitely enough to keep you in your seat through these twisties. Right now, I'm not sliding anywhere. The seats are super comfortable. Not only do they grip well, they're very supportive. I love the lumbar support. I love the multi-way adjustability. I love the side bolsters where it's aggressive enough to hold you in, but not over aggressive where they're uncomfortable to sit in. I feel like I can take I could probably drive through these mountains for another hour, maybe even 2, and not ever get uncomfortable. I love the new 2025 redesigned tri-spoke steering wheel. It's so comfortable to hold on to. And I love how they included the middle, I guess that little red piece of leather to let you know exactly where your steering wheel is. I think it definitely really helps when you're going through a lot of turns, especially at the racetrack. The steering wheel is definitely comfortable. The leather is nice and grippy. And also, I want to note that the steering wheel is also heated, which is great because, again, right now it's a cold day, but right now my hands are nice and warm and toasty. I love how you have the option of shifting the auto manual with either the shift knob, or you can also again use those carbon fiber flappy paddles in the back. So while I'm up in these mountains, I usually kind of just leave it in third gear and just go. It's probably the best gear to be in these roads. The acceleration is pretty quick in this car. The only one thing I have to complain about in this vehicle is it does have a little bit of a slow start from 0 miles per hour. There is a little bit of what I deem as a turbo lag. Essentially, when you press on the gas from a dead stop, the car doesn't really move. But definitely when you get the boost going, the car definitely moves. But again, if I had to ding the one thing about this vehicle would be the a little bit of turbo lag in the acceleration. But again, once that turbo kicks in, whoo, it definitely really pushes you back in your seat. Oh yeah, you definitely hear the exhaust in there. And again, with the brakes, and wind noise is surprisingly not bad. With the window down, it does get a little loud in here. But right now I currently have the front windows up and the rear small windows up, and it's definitely manageable. It's not too bad. Oh yeah, wow. Yes, this experience, especially in this convertible, seeing all these trees above me, wind blowing my hair, it's again, I highly recommend if you get an M4 to get the xDrive and to get the convertible, because again, you can't beat this experience. This is just essentially like driving therapy. It's beautiful. You're getting your nature, you're getting your sun, hopefully soon. You get your wind. Again, it's just very relaxing. Another great thing I really love about the BMW M4 or M series BMWs in general is that being up in these mountain roads, there are a lot of enthusiasts, and this car is essentially an enthusiast magnet. When you think of M3, M4, you automatically think of, again, a car enthusiast. And it's a great way to, again, when you're on these roads, when you see other enthusiasts, people automatically see the M logo and they know what you're all about. It's a great way to connect with other enthusiasts. So let's start with the first pro of this 2025 BMW M4 Competition xDrive. And the first pro for this car is that performance. This car definitely lives up to its nameplate and its heritage. From the E30 to the E46 to the E92 M3, this current generation of the BMW M4 again offers definitely razor sharp handling and brutal power. I do admit that there is a little bit of turbo lag in the beginning when you do step on it, but once you get past that turbo lag, this thing definitely moves. And especially when you spec it with the xDrive, again, all four wheels gripping into the concrete, putting all that 523 horsepower to the ground, again, definitely moves. So again, big pro is performance and also sound, especially when you put the top down and you put it into track mode. Again, you have all four wheels gripping on the ground and that exhaust howling behind you. Again, definitely lives up to the BMW M plate, and definitely lives up to the genetics of the M brand. So again, performance just is on point. Great balanced car, great power, and again, great design. And again, it goes fast, it turns sharp, and also another thing that I really do love is that the front brakes on this car, definitely great stopping power in this vehicle. So again, there's a reason why the BMW M3/M4 is the enthusiast choice when it comes to performance cars, especially nowadays. These type of convertible enthusiast vehicles are getting less and less. So again, it's a great welcome to have this in the 2025 BMW M4 Competition. Another huge pro that I find in this BMW M4 Competition, and also in other BMWs, is build quality. So my first experience a few years ago with BMW was essentially an E92 3 Series. And even then, when I looked at older BMW E46 M3s, and even older than that, probably like E36 BMWs, if you take a look at them, even the ones that are not really taken care of, there's some certain solid build quality about everything. Nothing really breaks. Everything feels very solid, especially when you go into the interior. All the buttons just feel very solid. All the door panels feel very solid. When you close the door, open the door, when you drive the car, there's no jankiness to this car. There's no shaking. There's no shakes and rattles. Again, everything just feels very solid. And I feel like BMW is a type of car where you can buy and again, take okay care of. And again, nothing will fall apart on you. I think just the build quality of BMW throughout the decades have been great, and it's only gotten better in this most current generation of the BMW M4. So again, with that great build quality also comes again, probably retained values, and there's probably a reason why a lot of BMWs have great residual value and do not depreciate as much as other makes and models of cars. So again, kudos to BMW engineering for just again building such a solid quality car, both inside, outside, interior, suspension, motor wise. Again, great job. So again, another pro of the BMW M4 Competition is definitely build quality. The first con, again, I feel like this is kind of getting my first con for most cars nowadays, is definitely probably price. Again, this is the BMW M4 Competition. It's not even, it's not the cheapest one, which is the base, but it's not the most expensive one, which is the CS series. But again, right snap down in the middle, even with options and everything else, you're looking at this car is going to be about 80 to 90 to 100,000 for a BMW M4, and that's a lot of money. Even with the fact that the values are retained very, very well, I still feel that paying 100 grand for a BMW 3 Series model is pretty ridiculous, even if it is in the M4 form. So again, great car, but again, to pay almost 100,000 for this type of car, it is questionable, it's debatable. And again, when you want to talk about opportunity costs, there are a lot of other cars that you can buy lightly used for about 100,000 that again outperform and probably again just outstunt the BMW M4. I can think of definitely a handful of exotics right now that are definitely maybe even cheaper than the $100,000 mark. So for example, the Ferrari F360s, a lot of the Audi R8s, again, you can buy an exotic car for the $100,000 price. So again, biggest con is again just the ridiculous high price of the BMW M4 Competition, especially when you buy a new sticker. And the next con, which may be a pro for some, is the design. Again, the design of the newest generation of BMW M4 is again polarizing. Some people love it, some people hate it, but again, I think most of the controversy stems from the front end design of it with these huge kidney grills. And I think the other complaint that I do have of the current generation BMW M is also in the style department. If you think back to the BMW M3, especially the E46 generation, which is a quintessential BMW. So to get my point across, again, when it comes to styling, this is the old school E46 version of the base 3 Series. And then you do have, again, the quintessential, again, BMW E46 M3. And if you look at the fender flares, they are huge, they are pronounced, they are muscular, and you could definitely tell that it was an E46 M3. And again, I think that the point I'm trying to make is that I feel like the new design of the BMW M4, I wish that they went a little more aggressive, especially with the front fender flares. Again, these fender flares are very subtle, you can't really see it. I wish it went a little wider and made it more pronounced like the E46 M3. And I feel like that's the reason why right now the E46 M3 is still wanted. I understand that it's probably the last naturally aspirated M version, but again, outside of that, I feel like the design of those widened fenders that are very, very pronounced, that sets it way apart from the base M3, base 3 Series, is definitely what made the E46 M3. And again, biggest con of the M4 is probably again the design from the front grille to, again, kind of these not too aggressive fender flares in the M version. Wish they were wider. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of this 2025 BMW M4 Competition xDrive. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the Gas and Gavel YouTube channel. We truly do appreciate your support, and tune in next week for more exciting enthusiast car reviews.